Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank for this opportunity to attend this event and to speak at this event. It's a great honor and pleasure. To thank to all the organizers and particularly to Boris Divkovic Foundation, thanks to which I also attended a roundtable last week on the Western Balkans organized by the Renew Europe Parliamentary Group at the European Parliament, and also attended the Foreign Affairs Committee, European Parliament Foreign Affairs Committee meeting, where the Commissioner for Enlargement, Mr. Varhelyi, presented new methodology, enlargement methodology. So I can also share some of my experiences from Brussels. And I appreciate this very optimistic approach by Mrs. Szeczerinska, but I would like also to quote one of the sentences of the Commissioner for Enlargement Commissioner, who said that he would like to reduce emotions when we speak about this methodology, which I do not agree with. I think that we should speak about inspiration and how this European Union integration process should be also inspiring. And thanks to Boris Divkovic Foundation, also European Liberal Forum, D66, and NEOS, 5 liberal parties and organizations, we had an opportunity to create a document in October this year, and this is the Western Balkans, a change for the EU, a liberal perspective on the EU accession process. And we think that we are happy that some of the principles we advocated for in this document and some of the solutions found their reflection also in the new methodology, and even more in the position paper which was presented by the Renew Europe group in the European Parliament. And this is what is important. This is that the European Union should support the general transformation and not stabilocracy. It should be citizen-oriented, and that it should bring this new methodology, credible enlargement perspective, coupled with bold political approach and improved accession methodology, which entails increased clarity and support. This is everything what the new methodology entails, but it's still in the next few months it will be work on it, on the details, so we should also push hard to fine-tune this methodology, because in this triangle, European Commission, European Parliament, and the Council, that there is still some misunderstanding. My reading is that there is a much better understanding with the European Parliament, between MEPs and the Euro Commission, but still with the Member States there are some problems. And I used, when I saw this new methodology, and I used at the panel, I participated that in Brussels together with 2 European commissioners, Vice President Vera Jourova, who is also in charge of transparency and values, and Didier Reinders, who is a Minister of Justice, one metaphor about this new methodology. And I said that now we have on this road to the EU both bigger carrot and bigger sticks, and that we find this road which has increased speed limit, which means that it is supposed to be an accelerated process with less checkpoints and tolls, with clearer signs by the roads, so it's increased the clarity and simplicity. Also, from time to time with refueling from the EU, but at the same time with the enhanced surveillance system and the law enforcement, especially for those who are slowing down on that process or even stopping in their vehicles and maybe even riding backwards. So when we were discussing this document, we said that 3 crucial conditions that were also stated in the EU Enlargement Strategy 2018 were right. This is the respect of the rule of law and fundamental rights and freedoms, further economic and social development, and advanced regional cooperation. But we also identify 5 crucial areas where improvements were needed. One of those was the rule of law. We advocated for name and shame, just to be really clear who is violating obligations which are proceeding from the EU enlargement process, then to simplify and accelerate negotiation methodology, to make clear roadmaps with strict conditionality paired with improved screening procedure. And we also suggested, but it was not accepted, to introduce qualified majority for the enlargement process. It means that yes, unanimity of the member states is needed for the opening and closing of the negotiation process, but in the meantime, the qualified majority should be introduced, just in order to avoid introducing a bilateral dispute into EU enlargement process. However, yes, qualified majority was introduced, but only for stopping or the process of the EU integration if some of the candidate countries is violating some of the obligations. And finally, I will be short at the end because we also benefited discussed different benefits for the EU. This is the topic of this panel, and we mentioned that by accepting Western Balkan countries into the EU, this geopolitical puzzle would be completed, and you also mentioned that. And it is very important for the security concerns of the European Union. And Commissioner for Enlargement mentioned at the very beginning of his statement that this EU Commission would be geopolitical commission. And also to mitigate in that way to mitigate the influence of the third actors. Already Russia was mentioned, but it's not only Russia, there is China and some other. And also to show that one other benefit is to show that the EU project is still alive and attractive, especially having in mind a recent Brexit, very painful and long-lasting procedure. And also to what is very important is to increase efficiency of the EU policies, because some of the policies couldn't be effective without including the Western Balkans, and these are the policies regarding the environmental protection, energy, transportation, migration, etc. And we were happy to hear that Western Balkan countries will be included in some parts of the Green Deal of the European Union, especially regarding the climate change, which require a lot of investment, and also especially our participants from Bosnia, they also mentioned this importance, having in mind this internal conflicts and migration, that introducing European Islam into the European Union will bring some more stability. Thank you.